Hello everyone, welcome to the Capy Talks channel. Today we'll be doing a Capy story time. In today's story time, we'll be reading Whispers of Love. This story was heavily inspired by Don't Let Me Fall in Love with You by Vicky S. Now without further ado, let's get started. Whispers of Love. Lisette had never been the type to fall in love easily. Growing up, she had witnessed too many relationships end in heartbreak, including her parents' tumultuous split, which left her wary of emotional vulnerability. After years of falling in love and getting her heart broken in the end, she had learned to keep her guard up, shielding her heart from the storms of disappointment. Years of observing her friends and family go through similar pains had only reinforced her resolve to remain emotionally distant, protecting herself from the risk of getting hurt.
But then she met Emmanuel. He was unlike anyone she had ever known. Emmanuel had a mischievous twinkle in his eye and a laugh that could light up the darkest room. Despite being shorter than Lisette, his broad shoulders and muscular frame gave him a commanding presence. His charm was effortless, his kindness genuine, and his smile made her feel as if she was the only person in the world. Despite her best efforts to keep her distance, Lisette found herself irresistibly drawn to him.
Their first meeting was serendipitous, a chance encounter at a quaint little bookstore. Liseth was wandering the aisles searching for a particular book that had eluded her. Emmanuel, noticing her furrowed brow, approached with a friendly smile. Can I help you with something? He asked.
She glanced at him, taken aback by his warm demeanor. I'm looking for The Art of Falling, but I can't seem to find it.
Emmanuel's eyes lit up with recognition. I know exactly where that is, he said, leading her to a hidden corner of the store. He pulled the book from its spot and handed it to her. Here you go, he said, his smile making her heart flutter. From that moment on, their paths seemed to cross frequently. Coffee shop conversations turned into long walks in the park, and soon enough, they were spending every spare moment together. Lisette was enchanted by Emmanuel's stories, his dreams, and the way he made her laugh.
One evening, under a sky painted with stars, they sat by a quiet lake, the moon casting a silvery glow over the water. Lisette felt a wave of fear and vulnerability wash over her. Don't let me fall in love with you, she whispered, her voice trembling.
Emmanuel looked at her, his eyes full of sincerity and warmth. Why not? He asked gently.
Because I'm afraid of getting hurt, Lisette confessed. I've been hurt before, and I don't want to go through that again.
Emmanuel took her hand, his touch comforting. Lisette, I understand your fears, he said softly, but I promise you, I'll never hurt you. I care too much about you for that.
His words were like a balm to her aching heart. As the weeks went by, Lisette tried to keep her distance, but Emmanuel's love was a steady flame that refused to be extinguished. He showed up at her door with flowers, left sweet notes on her car, and made her feel cherished and safe. One night, as they lay under the stars, Lisette turned to Emmanuel, tears glistening in her eyes. Don't let me fall in love with you, she whispered again.
But this time, Emmanuel didn't hesitate. He leaned in and kissed her, a kiss that spoke of promises and dreams. It's too late, he murmured when they broke apart. I've already fallen in love with you.
With those words, Lisette's fears melted away. She let herself fall completely, knowing that Emmanuel would be there to catch her. Their love story unfolded like a beautiful dream, full of laughter, challenges, and unwavering support.
Years later, on a sun-drenched spring day, Seth and Emmanuel stood hand in hand on a mountaintop. The world spread out before them. They had just exchanged vows in a ceremony filled with love and joy.
Thank you for never letting me fall, Lisette said softly with tears of happiness streaming down her face.
Emmanuel squeezed her hand, his eyes shining with love. I could never let you fall, he said, his voice full of emotion. I'll always be here to catch you.
As they stood together, gazing out at the breathtaking view, Lisette knew she had found her soulmate. In Emmanuel's arms, she had discovered a love that made every fear and doubt worth it, a love that made her feel truly alive. Hand in hand, they walked into their future, knowing that whatever came their way, they would face it together with their hearts full of love and a bond that would never break.
The end. Thank you everyone for listening. That's it for today's Capy story time. We're looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye now.